If fear is the only thing stopping us from achieving our dreams, and we only fear what we don't understand, then the antidote to fear is knowledge. All we have to do is find out who has the knowledge that we need to conquer our fears and achieve our entrepreneurial dreams. My name is Callum Walker, and welcome to the podcast that will help you figure it out and conquer this lonely entrepreneurial journey.
So, this quite possibly could be the most exciting episode I've ever done. And the reason is because all of my guys in the elite, they already know about this. But I am finally in a mentorship. There he is, the mentor man. And I am sure that it will come as no surprise to any of you who know me or have been following me so far, that I have signed up with Mr. Russell Brunson, who is just like a magician. I love him. I think he's amazing. So got into the program. When did I sign up? 18th of May. So I've been in about 10 days now. What are my first thoughts so far? Well, first of all, why did I decide to go into a mentorship? I think really because I got to a point, and I think we do this, we get to a point where we're like, right, I've got as far as I can go on my own. And that's not necessarily from a lack of self-belief and self-confidence in my ability, but more in the sense of it's like, right, okay, I know where I need to kind of get to. I know where I need to get to, but the how I could figure out on my own, but it would take a long time. And also, I think it's really dumb to try and figure it out on my own. Like, really dumb to try and figure it out on my own. Because I think what it is that, and you know, any of you listening to this as an entrepreneur will know this anyway. Shouldn't get this again. That it's very lonely. Not necessarily just lonely in the sense of that, like, you know, you're on your own running your business, but more in the sense of with your thoughts, that sometimes you do just need that little bit of a soundboard, that validation, that like, okay, I'm thinking of doing this. And sometimes someone with a lot more experience can just give you that, can just give you a perspective that you probably wouldn't have actually thought of or seen during that time. So, so that's already been incredibly valuable. So what is it that they've got me to work on, I hear you ask? Well, actually, this is something that I found to be really useful. And it's something that I'm pushing now towards those in my elite program. Effectively, when I came into the program, they immediately said that, like, right, this is your journey, this is your success path. So effectively, and this is why I think it's brilliant, because this is how you as a coach should structure your program, in my opinion, that they literally have like practiced what they preach, in the sense of it being that, right, this program is for entrepreneurs who are hitting around 6 figures. So you're hitting like the 6-figure mark and you want to get to 7 figures. So effectively what the program is a very clear journey from 6 figures to 7 figures, which is awesome. Because what that means is that, like, okay, right, I have a very clear destination, a very clear goal. And as Napoleon Hill talks about this in Think and Grow Rich, and in a lot of his books, that you need to have a definite purpose, definiteness of purpose, like a clear direction that you're moving towards. And I've got that. So it's like, okay, off the back of that, I can then reverse engineer it into going, okay, right, so if we want to hit 1 million, now luckily I can cheat a little bit because of the exchange rate. So instead of it being $1 million, it's actually 800 and something grand. Amazing. But we're going for £1 million. That basically it's like, okay, cool. Right, my goal, primary target is £1 million. What does that look like? So then when I know what that looks like, and they can break it down into number of people. So they go, okay, cool. That's only X amount of people. It's 200 people. So then I can kick my brain into gear of asking myself the questions of, okay, how can I get 200 people? Okay, who are these people? Where are these people? What do they need from me? Okay, what's their primary problem? Okay, cool. This is the primary problem. What's the result I can get them? Okay, this is the result I can get them. And then I can go, okay, cool, right. Where do I fit in there? How can I get them that result? How can I get my message out to them and then explain to them that I am the answer? So it becomes really, really simple when you break it down that way, but it starts with having that very, very clear, definite goal. And that's been awesome. But what I really, really am impressed with is that they have a very, very clear, what they call a success path. You can call it a roadmap, you can call it a journey, whatever you want, but it's a very, very, very clear roadmap. So it's broken down into 9 clear steps. 9 steps of that if you just go through all 9 steps, execute them exactly as they say, and apply them to your business, you will hit $1 million. $1 million. Now, that's so useful because then, especially for someone like myself, very creative, will work my nuts off, but I need clarity. And I need to just focus on one thing, because if you tell me to focus on more than one thing, I just turn into a puddle. So just by having that one clear thing to focus on, it allows me to put all of my energy concentration into that specific thing. And then it stops you from feeling like overwhelmed with this like, I'm all over the place, I don't know what I'm working on today. So that's really, really impressive. And I think that this is why I wanted to hop on and talk about it. I'm going to make this short, probably because my phone's running out of battery. But I'm conscious the last few episodes have been 20 minutes plus, which is great. But I want to get back to building my new membership site, which is awesome. So that basically, this is why I wanted to jump on, because I really, really believe that you should have a success path for your clients. Like that your clients should come in and they should have a very, very clear roadmap to achieving their specific destination. So then this means, and hopefully the questions that you're actually now asking yourself is, but I don't have a clear destination. There you go. Cool. That's where you need to start. But actually, where you need to start is, who is this for? Who is this for? They're very specific. It's for six-figure entrepreneurs running an online business. Okay, I'm very, very specific. It's for online coaches who want to grow their business. Okay, they're hitting between, £2,000 and £6,000 per month. Yeah, that's my target market. Awesome. So my point is that I now, for myself, have a very clear journey that I can take my coaches on, where it's like, right, the journey that I can take you on is from 2 to 6 grand per month to hitting 100 grand per year. Okay, so from hitting between 20 and 50, 60 grand to 100 grand, I can take you there. I know how to do it. And that's the very clear success path that I take my coaches on. So my point is, how I would look at it is that when your client comes in, where is it that they want to go? Okay, what is the result that they specifically want? And I'm not just saying weight loss, okay, because that's too generic. I'm not saying you can use like 2 stone or whatever, but really what that identity needs to be is an identity of What that destination needs to be is an identity of individual, someone who has complete control of their health and fitness. So that means that what does someone who has complete control of their health and fitness look like? Well, there's someone who trains on a regular basis. There's someone who can train consistently with intensity and frequency. There's someone who eats well on a regular basis. There's someone who looks after their sleep. Someone who prioritizes their mental health. Someone who prioritizes their gut health. Someone who may potentially practice some form of intermittent fasting. Someone who is outside in nature on a regular basis. Someone who also has purpose within their life. So my point is that those are all of the characteristics of the destination that you're taking someone towards. So that means that your success path needs to be, how am I going to take you from someone who is currently completely scattered, out of control with their health, doesn't have a handle on it whatsoever, to someone who is fully in control? That's your success path. What needs to happen? What is it that they need to do in order to get there? So again, I was talking to one of my amazing coaches, Mr. James Blow, today, who's on my elite program, one of my favorite people of all time. This man just absorbs knowledge like a sponge. But we were talking about like his success path being, okay, right. First of all, someone comes in, specifically what's the first step? They need to eat real food. So for the whole month, all you need to do is just make sure for the first month that they're just eating real food. you have to go through all of the benefits and the reasons for why they're going to eat real food. So it's going to do this, it's going to do this, it's going to do this. Provide them with additional resources to actually learn about that. So recommend a few books, a few podcasts. So all they're focusing on is that one goal, which is, right, this month I just have to focus on eating real food. Then the next month we then move into, okay, we're going to optimize your sleep. So we're going to spend the next 2 to 4 weeks just solely focusing on your sleep. But we can't move to the next phase until we hit the first phase. And then once we've optimized your sleep, we're going to go and incorporate some intermittent fasting. Then we're going to go do some meditation. Then we're going to go and experiment with a load of shit. Then we're going to try some supplements. Then we're going to do this, this, and this. So there's a very, very, very clear step by step by step by step by step process. So your clients don't get overwhelmed. They can adhere because you've given them a very, very clear, specific goal. But more importantly for you, from a business perspective, you're not going to lose clients because they have a clear journey, a clear destination, a clear evolution. Okay? They have a clear evolution. They constantly can see a future with you, and therefore they're not going to leave. So it just blew my mind. So I'll give you one final update on what I'm doing now. So I am basically trying to get my program out to the masses. So we've got a brand new membership. It's a brand new monthly membership, which is called the Next Level Coach, which is specifically engineered to show coaches how to get amazing results with their clients, to stop clients from dropping off, generate more referrals, bring in more revenue, and fundamentally take you to that first £100,000 per year. That there is a very, very clear success path how to do that. It's a month by month by month. You have all of the stuff to work on every single, throughout the whole process. But then there's loads of I do a monthly masterclass. I have specific implementation sessions within that to show you how to actually tweak things so you're getting the support, and we can actually kind of answer all of your questions. Then I'll also throw in some other things as well that you can utilize, which will really allow you to take your results to the next level, which is really, really exciting. So I feel like this is the most excited that I've been about my work for quite some time, and that has come off the back of having a very, very clear direction with where I'm going, but then also having someone who inspires me, and that's awesome, and it's exciting. So I think that's enough for today. I got some funnels to build, and then I got training tonight, which is excellent. So guys, have an amazing day, and I'm going to leave you with this. If every single one of your clients gave them just one new client, you have doubled your business. But are you giving them a good enough reason to recommend you? If not, come and join the Next Level Coach. Catch you later.